Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. And before we dive into today's Kiki, which is Scheana Shay, is co signing Jax Taylor's rumor that Tom Sandoval and Billie Lee had an affair behind Ariana's back. She is co signing those rumors and those allegations. But before we dive in, you know what to do. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and share, and join our newsletter. It's linked in the show notes. So, with that, let's dive right on in. So, this is according to Reality Blurb. It says Vanderpump Rules' Scheana Shay suggests Tom Sandoval had an affair with Billie Lee as Peter weighs in. Scheana Shay revealed her suspicion that Tom Sandoval cheated with Billie Lee in the past and, quote, made a pact to keep it hidden. Tom is now swimming in controversy over his reported affair with Raquel during his relationship with Ariana Madix. A recent trailer on Vanderpump Rules suggests Tom cheated with multiple women. The 39-year-old was recently spotted with Billie, who allegedly slept at his place more than once. Alum Kristen Doty called out Billie as the photos surfaced, claiming Billie cried with Ariana when the affair was exposed. In return, Billie shaded Kristen for taking selfies while Ariana was in pain. All right, now side note, before we dive into what Scheana had to say, she said it on her podcast, Shenanigans, and I have the clip from a TikToker who took the clip from the podcast, so we'll play that in a little bit too, okay? Now, this is the thing. The reason why this rumor has more credence is because of a couple of things. Of course, once Sandoval broke, people were like, "Oh, who was Tom hooking up with? Was he cheating? Was he cheating?" But the rumor that Tom Sandoval and Billie Lee had hooked up and had an affair behind Ariana's back was around way before Sandoval even broke. Jax Taylor said that there was something going on between Billie and Tom Sandoval years ago at this point, when Billie was on the show. She obviously was not a fan favorite. She did not get along with the cast. The only people she got along with was Tom and Ariana. And Jax said that something was going on between Tom Sandoval and Billie. And then now, fast forward, all of a sudden, you see Billie is by Tom's side during the whole situation. I mean, I don't know. You might think it's suspect. It is what it is. I wouldn't put anything past Tom Sandoval, but let's keep going. On her Shenanigans podcast, Scheana shared her suspicion that Tom cheated with Billie. She said, "I kind of think something maybe did happen with him and Billie back in the day," said Scheana, Tom's former friend. "And they just made a pact, to not tell anyone." She said, "Because why would they tell anyone? That would F up the relationship and friendship and their lives, as it just did with Rachel." Castmate Peter, who was present in the interview, agreed, said this was exactly what happened. "You know what? Now that I look back on everything, yeah, I think that definitely happened," he said. According to TikTok influencer at Steph with the Deets, Billie recently posted a photo of Tom and Ariana's dog on Instagram, suggesting the two friends are getting closer. Now, I have that clip and we're going to watch it, okay? I have the clip that they're talking about from the influencer so we can watch. But this is the thing. And rock with me on this. Billie is there to support Tom Sandoval. She slept over his house at least once, maybe twice, maybe more that we know of, thanks to, Page Six and TMZ and all the paparazzi shots when Ariana was out of town. I think she was either at Coachella. I think it was Coachella weekend, right? It was the weekend when it was like, "Oh, is Raquel at a mental health facility? Psych, she's at Miraval having a spa day." It was during that weekend, and then all like Ariana and Lala and Scheana and Katie and everybody was in Coachella. this was the weekend that Billie was spotted out with Tom Sandoval. And then consequently, she's been spotted out with him even more. And that was the beef between her and Kristen and all of that stuff. But the rumors that they had smashed have been going on way before Sandoval even hit. And as we know, Tom has systematically cheated basically on everyone, Ariana too. Now Kristen Doty is saying multiple women are coming out. Jax is saying he knew. We all knew about Miami Girl. If there's one, they're like cockroaches. If there's one, there's 100. I'm not saying the women are cockroaches, obviously. I'm just saying that he cheats a lot. That's what I'm trying to say. So do I believe it in my opinion? Yes, I think there's credence to this. I think there's credence to it. And Billie's being too bold. She's being too bold. She's sleeping over when Ariana's not there to support Tom, wearing the same clothes the next day. They were also photographed working out together. That's another big thing. And then on top of all of this, it's also suspicious timing because everyone's been talking about, is Raquel and Tom on the outs? Are they split up? Because there was the whole question about, did he say Raquel is, quote, not for me, during his cover band thing? Was that him hinting at the fact that him and Raquel aren't together? There's also been the narrative that him and Raquel aren't putting a label on it. They're taking some space. Tom Schwartz was like, their whole situation is already toxic and unhealthy. So there's been a lot of signs pointing to either they're together and they're trying to act like they're not, or Tom is trying to figure out a way of having to get out of being with Raquel because she's probably burning bunnies somewhere, but without even looking more like a bad guy. There's been a lot of signs. I don't think that Tom Sandoval is like in love with Raquel. I think it's all infatuation. And I think the thrill is gone. Do you know what I mean? Because with his personality, when he's had his conquests in the past, he's never been called out and caught. He's always been able to still play the victim, which makes staying in that relationship like he won, he beat the other person. But now that he's not the victim and he's the villain, there's that satisfaction with staying with the person you cheated with. The only difference between Ariana and Raquel is that this time he got caught and called out. And I think that's why the thrill is gone for him when it comes to Raquel. You see what I'm saying? But I think Raquel really drank the Kool-Aid. And if it was up to her, they would be like really, really together and all this, that, and the third. But let's watch the clip from the TikTok influencer and from Scheana's podcast, okay? Let's watch.
On Scheana's latest podcast episode of Shenanigans, her and Peter said that they believe that Sandoval cheated on Ariana with Billie Lee.
I kind of think something maybe did happen with him and Billie back in the day, and they just made a pact, to tell anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Because why would they? That would fuck up the relationship and friendship and their lives, as it just did with Rachel.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Now that I look back on everything, yeah, I think that definitely happened.
Yeah.
We've all seen how close Billie Lee and Sandoval have been. She's been sleeping over his house. And just last week, Billie had posted Ariana's dog to her story. Ariana and Tom adopted Maya together. However, sources say that Ariana is much more of the dog person and Maya is much more of Ariana's dog. Like Billie Lee, do whatever with Sandoval, but step away from Ariana's dog.
The disrespect of it all. I mean, Billie is really bold and making some moves. Like, this is the thing. If you are like, you know what, I was friends with both of them. I want to support both of them. I want to support my friend Tom. Cool. Whatever, do you. But the posting of Ariana's dog in her own home to your Instagram story is hella disrespectful. Because you're insinuating you're smashing. You're insinuating you're the new chick in town. You're putting your stamp on it. Like, if you want to support your friend Tom, support your friend Tom. You're allowed to still be friends with whoever you want to be friends with. But it's never what you do. It's always how you do it. And Billie, you're moving mad grimy. Mad grimy. That's so disrespectful to post her dog in her home. Mad disrespectful. But put it down below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you believe the rumors? Do you think that something really happened between Tom Sandoval and Billie Lee that was an affair of the sexual nature when he was with Ariana and they just made a pact to never tell? Do you think something is going on with them now? She's sleeping over the house. She's posting pics of the dog. You know, they're working out together. They're spending a lot of quality time together. There's been hinting that Tom and Raquel are on the outs. Do you think there's something going on now? You know, there's a couple of options here. Option one, yes, they had the affair, but now they're just friends. Option two, they never had the affair, but now they're smashing. Option three, they've only ever been just friends, nothing ever happened. Option four, they smashed in the past and they're smashing now. My guess is option four. I think they definitely smashed in the past, and I don't think she's hanging out at his house posting pictures of Ariana's dog because they're just homies. I think they smashed in the past, and I think they're smashing now. Do I think they're in a relationship? No. Do I think they're hooking up? Yeah. But put it down below. I want to know what you guys think. And before we do that, my candy canes, you know what to do. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and share, and join the newsletter, which is linked down below for free. So with that, let's take some of